Hello. Just want to make sure that you could see me well, hear me well. Just want to. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so welcome in. And I am doing actually a live today because I felt called to share this. And meanwhile, give me 1 second. Sorry. Um, so as I was doing my inner work today in the morning, I was tuning into the message that I was meant to share today. And all of a sudden, I got like the answer of my grandmother and what did that represent for me. And like, I often question myself, I often want to share the best message possible for you, whoever listens. And today, the answer came up to me as what did she represent and why it's so important to have boundaries. Hi. Hello, Nico. Hello, Miguel. Welcome in. I'm very good. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited to be doing this video because, as I was saying, I had this emergence, this message that needed to be broadcasted. Um, Let me know where you're writing in from. Hello, Lucky. Welcome in. So, as I was saying, as I was journaling, I got this message of like, what did she represent? And sometimes, like, the messages are so powerful that I get like all of these emotions that I meant to share with you, right? And all of a sudden, I'm getting emotional because my grandmother represented a lot for me, right? We often um, see other people and we learn from them, especially whenever you grow up and you learn how to love. And even though my parents played a huge part, she was also a big part of like how I became to be myself. And I was um journaling about this of how to, keep keep showing up as yourself, authentic in relationships. And many women do not know how to do this. And I was one of them. I was the type of woman who would get lost whenever she fell in love. I was the type of woman who didn't know what boundaries meant until I did like this type of inner work that I'm sharing at the end of the month. I'm hosting a masterclass, but I'm going to let you know that a little bit later. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to answer them um, at the end of this message. I just wanted to just really share with you what that means, right? What why it's so hard for women to love healthy, to like not lose ourselves, like women. And in the society, yes, everything's changing, like yes, we have more gender equality, but like takes those changes don't really show up until the next generation comes. So this new emergence of new leaders, I mentioned this in another video, that there is a new emergence of leaders that are showing up as really healthy, as really um, embodied, as really embodied, balanced with both energies, feminine and masculine. Um, but I wanted to share, why is it so hard, right? Why is it so hard? Because we've learned for women that we're meant to show up. We're meant to, yes, be independent or be um, a housewife. Like there's no in between. And that's where I think I'm creating a new version for myself, because I don't believe that is true. Like, I don't believe that you have to be one thing or the other, but there's like you can define that meaning of perfection for you. You have to be really aware to like do something different. Anyway, when I was journaling in the morning about this, like why it's so hard for us to show up in a relationship, and as I mentioned, like my grandmother was very loving, but in the type of love that, I don't want to say that she like she took care of us when we were younger, but she didn't know a lot about boundaries. Like that's so important for women to understand. Sorry, for women to understand that having boundaries is so important, because what is true for you, what is true, what you value now, like for us to be really in tune to what that means for us, we need to have solitude. We need to have alone time, because a lot of women are like will just go with the flow, or don't like they wouldn't know how to say no. That wasn't my case. My my grandmother, um, she had a lot of great qualities, but like she didn't know how to put up boundaries and like stay within them. Um, I learned a lot from her, and I like the next generation, me, I learned to have a lot of boundaries. So I kind of like needed to learn how to say them with love, how to, how to have these boundaries but still show up love in a loving way. Do you understand? Like if you're a woman now and a man approaches you, you don't have to say, "Hey, what are you looking at?" or like answer in a sassy, angry way, because you're doing so much damage. Like if you say, "Oh my god, thank you so much. I'm so flattered." I think men wouldn't have such a big problem with rejection. Like we don't know how to say no politely, that we've kind of created this new, I don't even know what you call it now, but like the men of these days just have a lot of strong emotions about everything. Anyway, um to answer the question of like why is it so hard to love in a healthy relationship, like why is it so hard to, I think something that you must do is to have like a lot of good boundaries. um yeah, and that was like the message that was coming up for me, like that type of woman who does not know her place. And like in the beginning, like a few years ago, I was that type of woman. However, I'm no longer like, yeah, I've embodied those boundaries so they don't have to I don't have to think so much about what that means. So, um, to my ladies who are being called to, join this masterclass, I'm teaching a masterclass on identity, on how to become your best self at the end of this month. So, like in 15 days, I'll be hosting a masterclass about identity, about emotions, about how to level up and become the best version of yourself. Like if you're self-aware, this is like the best thing that you need to take to level up, to get the desire that you need. So I'm teaching everything that has to do with identity and how our thoughts are like running our subconscious mind and our actions are intertwined. So if you're interested for this masterclass, have a link on the description box to sign up. And if you're being called to join, I would love to have you. And in the description box, you'll see sign up for the masterclass. Click on it, put on your email, and I'll just send you a reminder the day before and the day off as well. Okay. Hi Amir. Welcome in. Hey Aussie. Hey Richard. Thank you so much for your compliments. I really wanted to invite all of the women who are interested in like becoming the best versions of yourself, but also like the woman who is doing everything right, but she doesn't know how to level up. Like she continues repeating the same pattern over and over. Like you might think that you know that you're doing something wrong, and then you start doing something wrong, and then you start doubting. Like this is the perfect thing that you'll be willing to do, because even though I'm doing this masterclass for like 1 hour and a half or so, you will be getting so much knowledge on leveling up and getting that desire, on manifest. Everybody is manifesting subconsciously. So everything that you have right now, if you take inventory of everything that you have right now, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in your business, everything is interconnected. So if you say that you want to attract that perfect partner and you end up attracting the same toxic relationship, um there is something in your subconscious mind overriding what you want. So we have to go in there and kind of like figure out what is stopping us, figure out what, or sitting with it, like sit with that desire for a long time, or for a period of time, to realize and to figure out what it is that you are lacking, or what it is that you are forgetting. I don't think that anybody lacks something. I think they often forget who they are, what they're worth, what they deserve. Let me know if this makes sense for you. Yes, it's a woman's channel. Like I love giving advice for women before. um so anyway, to continue this message, or this, let me just tune in and let me remember if I'm forgetting anything that I want to share right now. And I call in all of the ladies that are ready to receive this message. I call in all of the ladies who are forgetting what they are, what the power that they're holding on to, that they're forgetting their worth, and to remind them it is time to step in, to step up, and to get everything that you've ever desired. Not in a manipulative way, in the most conscious, magnetic way possible. I'm calling in all of the people that resonate with this message. If you're ready to level up, I welcome you to the masterclass that I'm hosting June 30th. And I will be speaking about identity death, about transformation, about why everything is connected. Why, even though we say that we want money, we end up hiding ourselves. We end up thinking that we're not worthy, thinking that we need to work harder. And that is not true. Who, whoever said that you need to work hard, that is a limiting belief. That is something that is stopping you from expanding yourself. Even though my message, everything that I say is for women, essentially everyone, like everyone is capable of leveling up. Even though my message is for women, I share my perspective as woman. So if a guy is here and is interested in the message that I meant to share because you want to level up, feel free to join as well. Because everyone is meant to have an evolution in this life. We're all here for a greater purpose that you, if you haven't figured out what that is, um, it's because you haven't looked within yet. You have to search for the answers within. Um, this goes out to the women also who didn't know their value, who were showing up for someone and maybe they got cheated on and maybe they forgot their worth, thinking that they will change, thinking that the man will change for them. No, but let me tell you right now, nobody is meant to change for someone. The person needs to change because he wants to change. Like, yes, I might inspire somebody to change, but if that intention is not from within, he's gonna go back right back to what he was doing. um this there's this person who comes and comments that I'm Michael Jackson, and I lie and I laugh because I don't know, I take that as a compliment. He was such an amazing musician. He was such an, I don't know about the rest, about the allegations, but I, yeah, I don't know. I take that as a compliment. Um, yeah. Let me know if you have any questions about the masterclass that I'm hosting on June 30th, or maybe you want to share something that is happening to you. Maybe you want to share something about your relationship. if you want to share, let me know, and I'll would love to share with the people here that are watching. One more thing was that I just got back from Miami with my fiance, and sometimes it's so important to get out of your routine. Like it's so important to get out of your routine to be able to realize everything that you have. When we stay in a place for too long, we forget, unless you're conscious enough to be grateful for everything that you have. Like you were able to open your eyes today, and so many people take that for granted. You have two arms, two legs, you're able to walk, you're able to talk. Like whoever said that your voice does not matter? There was so many limiting beliefs about me in my childhood where I thought my message didn't matter. Where I was constantly monitoring myself and and how I was perceived. Like I was thinking about how you might take my message, and that made my message stay little. Second. Mary Jasmine says, "Hi, how are you? I want to tell you something bad. It doesn't mean a bad life, but just smile." Hello, Mino. Hello, Joselinda. Just Domex says, "I wouldn't want to change anything about you, just accept not knowing who I am." Hi, hey, Fahim. Hello. Charles White says, "Thank you for sharing joy. We need more of it in the world. We can all make a better tomorrow together in peace." That is so true. I really hope whenever I share my triggers, whenever I share something intimate, people can resonate to the parts of you that maybe you weren't able to voice out. So my message comes from my heart. And yeah. Soar Up, Sony says, "Oh, good, Miami. You're rich. Why are you doing this YouTube thing then? You can't just chill out in your life." I think it goes way beyond about having money. I think it goes way beyond about the message that I meant to share and why this drive inside of me is showing up daily, why this drive of me showing up daily in the YouTube. Like maybe somebody needs to hear my message. Like it doesn't have to do with, like, why do people tend to minimize what other people do? Like it's not just about money, it's about purpose, it's about sharing your knowledge, it's about information. Ruin TV says, "Hey, I just want to say let's go World Cup. Yay." Thank you for the compliments. Hello, Domek. Hello. Have a good day, friend. Um, I don't know who I don't know about the World Cup. Like I don't know much. I'm not drinking coffee. It's actually soda. I think my fiance is black. I'm from Tampa in Florida. Thank you so much for the compliments, guys. Let me know if you're a woman and you're watching this, you're not alone. I would love to have you in my container. I would love for you to join me in the masterclass that I'm hosting. And and I would like to remind you that if you want something better for yourself, you're able to. I would love to remind you that when we come together as a community, as a collective, and we see each other's fears and we witness each other's insecurities, each other's maybe comparison, shame, and guilt, and we share all of these emotions with within community, like we're able to transmute them, we're able to elevate and see past that emotion and able to actually feel them. Once you're able to feel them, they're released, and it'll be easier once that emotion shows up again. Okay, let me know if you want to ask any more questions, because I think, yeah, I have to go in a few moments. Okay, thank you, Roxy. Roxy says, do I have any pets? I actually don't have any pets. King of Jungles asks, what do you think about interfaith marriage? I don't know what that is. What's that? So he says, I know this is a weird question to ask, but what is your height? I'm 5'3". I don't know. I go for Brazil. What do I value most in a man? I think I've answered this, but I love when a man is driven, when a man is trustworthy, when he keeps his word, when he's confident. I think that's one of the few most important things. Being driven, like actually go out there and accomplish whatever he wants to do. Aussie Jason says, I'm 7. Why does my mom always keep watching you on this phone? Maybe she resonates with the message that I'm sharing. Thank you. Thank you, Will. Just Domek says, just say what you think and don't hold back. you're important to us. We need to know your thoughts and feelings so we can help heal. Thank you. Thank you. I try to not overthink. However, that was one of my core characteristics. So it's been uncomfortable to not overthink. It's been uncomfortable just to go with the flow because I've never been that type of girl. I usually have a framework, I usually have a to do list, I usually have like a list of things that I must do in order to get it done and in order to become like an authority, you know? Otherwise, you're just like all over the place. But it's so important to know when to stop overthinking, to stop and just show up. So it's been uncomfortable, but I love so much how I've learned and I'm still learning to continue to show up authentically, to stop overthinking. Like it's a work in progress. Shadow Dawn says there's a thin line between confidence and arrogance. That is so true. Because before I think I might have crossed that line, but I didn't know any better. And I think when we like realize what we're doing, that's when wisdom arises. So you have to be one thing in order to learn the complete opposite. I'm engaged. Ruin TV 3186 says women say they want confidence. Do you think it's within us all to display confidence, or do you think it's a trait not everyone gets to attain? Women say they want confidence. Um, I think to better understand that question, we need to define what confidence is. And what do you mean by display that confidence? Like when I say you have to become confident, it's to say or continue and be a lot like to show up authentically. Like there's a bunch of things that I can name out of what it means to be confident for me. Like confidence is show up authentically is if you're gonna say something, you're gonna freaking do it. Um confidence is you know your knowledge, but you also understand that there is a different perspective to whatever idea it's there out there. Like opinions are going to matter, and that's where like arrogance may show up. Like to say that you know everything, you know the truth, it's really not true. I don't know if I answered your question. Warlock says that this life is about not knowing whether we'll be here within the next moment or not. When we die, we take nothing with us. We have to leave everything here. So why are we afraid? I think it goes way beyond about like way beyond why we're afraid. It goes more the question goes more where is your soul telling you that you must go? And I think That's where desire comes true. Like your desires are showing you your next, like your future. We're all going to have fear because we're human. Marx says money doesn't bring full happiness. And I mean, like, yes, I agree, but money is essential. Like, I'm not saying it brings happiness, but we need money. Like, to, for me to tell you that I'm not, like, yeah, like it doesn't bring happiness, but we need it. We need it to show up more authentically. We no, sorry, scratch that. We need it to enhance, like for example, for me, like I would love to host huge events and invite people. Yes, charge people, but also invite people. And to do that, you need a lot of money. So thank you, Tomek. He says, my pleasure. Thank you. Your communication sends out a strong wave. So we tune in and blink. Let your heart flow through your mind and exhale out your voice. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I think that's all that I meant to share today. And I'll see you in the next one. If this resonates, don't stop because you need to join my masterclass. Sign up on the description box. I'll be having a live container, a closed container, which I'll be announcing in the masterclass. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me because I'm very excited about this masterclass. Okay. I'll see you soon.